It started with a virus, a damn virus that tore my life apart. I mean, how many of you have joked when you're sick? Man, I feel so ill, I could just die. It wasn't a joke for me. My husband died, and I lost the love of my life. Every day since Shua's been gone, I battle with my mind not to take me back to the hospital where he spent the last 3 weeks fighting for his life. That's not Shua. Shua was so healthy, so strong, so alive. But I will never be able to escape the words that the doctor first said to me hours after we arrived in the ER. Words that haunt me in the middle of the night when it's dark and Shua's not there. Words that are still not real today. Mrs. Polonsky, there's a 50% chance your husband won't make it. That's what the doctor said to me, word for word, verbatim, minutes before they rushed Shua into an 8-hour emergency heart surgery. That was the last time I saw Shua conscious. Within seconds, my perfect, happy life crashed. And I dove into a downward spiral of uncontrollable anxiety and panic, induced by doctors' words that I couldn't understand or even accept. How was I supposed to comprehend that my husband, who was perfectly fine 3 days before, was fighting for his life? How was I supposed to understand that there was a chance that Shua might not come home? When the doctor came out of the surgery and told us that Shua had made it, I remember my shaking body instinctively running to go give him a hug. But it wasn't reciprocated. Mrs. Polonsky, your husband is very, very sick. I know he is, but he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Mrs. Polonsky, I don't think you understand. A virus has attacked your husband's heart. His body is not working. There's no magical cure. We're gonna do our best to support him, but he needs to fight back. No, this is not okay. This is not happening. No. I told the doctors that Shua, he was not going to be the 50% or the 5% or the 1% that they kept saying he was. The hospital became our unsolicited home for 3 weeks. Day became night, and night became day, but it didn't actually matter because the beeping, the smells, the lights, the clenched fists, and the tight jaws, they didn't change. It felt like the doctors had clamped a permanent wrench on my rib cage, restricting my ability to breathe. Most people don't survive longer than 24 hours with what Shua had. But he didn't give up. He kept on fighting. Every single day, whatever they said, he kept on going. At the time, I was 4 months pregnant, and I had lost almost 30 pounds from the stress. And I said to the doctors, if you do not send my husband home, I am not keeping this child. the hospital kept sending members from the palliative team to come talk to me about the patient. And every time the social worker came, I politely declined. No, thank you, it's okay. We got this. And then it wasn't until the fourth or fifth time when they kept coming, I said to them, I think you've made a really big mistake. You don't actually know who this patient is. He's not a regular patient. This patient has 2 baby girls at home waiting every day for their daddy to come back. This patient has studied for 9 years and is weeks away from getting his doctorate in psychology. He's going to be the best psychologist the world has ever seen. And this patient, he's my everything. And he's coming home. Don't come back. The nightmare that was the hospital didn't end the way that we believed it would end. The way we had the world believe it would end. My visions of Shua dancing out of the hospital with thousands of people were replaced with visions of a mom holding her 7-year-old daughter, holding her for hours while she cried and begged for her daddy to come home. Mommy, you promised me. I'm sorry, Emanuela. I couldn't keep my promise. Do you know what it's like to be alive, but not really feel alive? I do. It hurts so damn bad. It hurts so bad that the only other alternative is death. It's a debilitating hopelessness that throws you in a pit so deep and so dark with no way out. But tonight, I don't want to talk about death. I want to talk about life because I need to live. It's taken millions and millions of nightmarish, agonizing seconds, hundreds and thousands of minutes, and days that just roll into day after day after day. For a little voice, a little light inside that I thought was extinguished, to make its way up and say, Simi, please, you have to let me out. I know you're hurting and I know you're in pain, but I need to come out. A few weeks ago when I sat down to write this speech, I asked myself, Simi, what does it mean to live? And I said, I don't know. How am I supposed to live when there is a part of me so broken it will never heal? How am I supposed to live when my worst nightmare that could have happened to me as a young mom and a young wife actually happened? I've been listening to this little voice a little bit every day. And tonight, I hope that maybe if I can explain it to you, then maybe I can explain it to myself. Living means that I will give myself a chance, even though I'm in pain. Living means knowing that I will love Shua for the rest of my life, and nothing will take that away from me. Living means that I will utilize my talents and my potential to their fullest, because it redefines what purpose means to me every single day. Living means that I will hold on to the faith that one day I will love and be loved again. And living means that right now, on this stage, I will try and understand what it means to be so broken and so whole at the same time. Before I leave this stage, I would love to share with you one of my favorite Shua memories. Most of you wouldn't know this about Shua, but man, did he own the stage. I wish you all would have seen him. He would walk on in front of an audience, people he didn't know, anyone. And he had this confident humility about him that you couldn't take your eyes off. He had poise and he had grace, but he had swagger, complete swagger. But what stood out with Shua more than anything was his ability to connect with people. When he walked onto a stage, he wasn't thinking, what am I going to say to you? He would look around at you and you and you, and he would ask himself, where are you at? What can I do to meet you? I was so proud of him, always so proud to watch him speak. And at home, we would talk about our dreams and the future. And I would stand with him and I would hold his face in my hands. And I would say with such conviction, I would say, Shu, I don't know how and I don't know when, but I promise you, you are going to go around the world speaking one day. And I believed it. And now, she was right here. And he's holding my face in his hands. And he's saying, Sim, I know you're in pain. I know it's hard. But you are going to go around the world speaking one day. You know, if God himself would have come to me when Shua died and said to me, you know, Simi, you're going to live. You're going to talk about Shua. And you're going to tell your story. I wouldn't have believed him because there was no way that I could survive this world without him. But tonight I'm here and I'm humbled to share my journey with you because sharing it gives me the fire and the fuel to fight for life even one more day. And I hope that if I can even give one person that fire to fight and grab their life for even just one more day, then that's my gift that I can share. Thank you.